Hey everybody, D here, Daily Gaming, back with more Slay the Princess. Uh, last episode we completed chapter 1, and we found out at the very end that we got some Groundhog's Day thing going on. Instead of dying and starting over, um, we went straight into chapter 2. Uh, and I was wondering about that. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I was really wondering if the game was going to do something like that. I think there's one visual novel that's extremely popular because of the meta gameplay or like the meta lore. I'm not sure how to word it, but it's Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Well, the Doki Doki part at least. I hope I'm pronouncing Literature Club correctly. Um, but anyways, the very first time you play it, it's kind of a mundane game. It's almost like a dating sim where you're in a club where a Japanese high school club where you just write poetry, and your goals, your only apparent goal is to try and date one of the girls and have fall in love with you or whatever. But then the game, like, oh, and spoiler warning, if you don't want to hear this, skip ahead a little bit. Spoiler, one of the characters suddenly dies, and then the game just ends. And then when you start the next playthrough, it's nothing's the same. Small things are different. People they start mentioning all these dark things. Like I remember somebody not being here or dying, or they talk about like that character dying, and then each time you complete a playthrough, more and more things change, and like the game like almost plays like it's corrupted and broken and stuff like that. So it has like this meta gameplay to it or meta story to it. And I was wondering if maybe this game was going to do that. Like when each playthrough something might change or something, but it seems they're going straight Groundhog Day, and that um, we're aware of it to some extent. Because what I'm also curious about is if we have a Groundhog Day thing going on, was that truly our first um I guess run, our first day through, or was it the first one that we as the player are just aware of? Like it very well could have been several runs in, and that's why the narrator wasn't trying to explain anything, because maybe he knew that if he explained things it would go a certain way. So that could be one of the reasons why he was keeping his secrets, possibly. I'm not saying it is or 100%, but it's quite possible. Because in games like this, sometimes they like to be clever like that, where it's like, oh, it's not your first run and all this happened, but you find out all these things were happening before your first run. But then there is also times where the first run truly is the first run, and then everything starts from there. So I'm curious to see which way it's going to go. But anyways, let's jump right back in. Um, the narrator, you're here to slay her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. All right. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. But I died. What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again. Proceed to the cabin. Turn around. But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
I like how the narrator's like kind of just annoyed by us.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
No, it's not.
Shh. What if he hears us?
Oh. Oh no, there's other voices. Okay, so we've got like a split personality thing going on? Oh, Jesus.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
And so that brings up another thing. If the narrator just playing dumb? Is this not really the first time we've met and he is aware of that? Or is he unaware? Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Proceed or turn around?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
I like that, a version of me.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
I mean, he's right, but that's a hell of a jump to go to. For all he knows, I tripped going up the hill to the cabin, and I fell down the hill and smashed my head on a rock and died. Like, he's jumping to a conclusion there.
We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't.
Okay, so I have to watch that. Okay, it kind of sucks that they're using one voice to do all the voices. Because if you don't pay attention to the name, you're gonna have the wrong context there. Because I thought that was the narrator saying we couldn't trust either of you.
All we did was lock her away.
No, we didn't do anything. We walked in and left her there.
And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
So I guess whether they do or don't have any consequences would depend on how they're perceiving the timeline. If this is a fresh start and only we are aware of it, then our actions while in that timeline have consequences. After we died, none of it mattered. It doesn't, because it starts back over and it's like those actions never happened, so those consequences never happened, so they are meaningless. Now, if it's not a timeline like that and the princess changes depending on how we acted on the first run, then yes, those they do. So I mean, it does matter. We just don't know how it matters yet.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was just thinking.
Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
That was pretty creepy, how she just completely paralyzed you. But yeah, that's the other part of what I was saying. Like, there were consequences. It just depends on your perspective and how it's being handled.
And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
That's a good question. If it is another world completely, then after we died, somehow our subconscious went to the other world and jumped into us of the other world. And we are somewhat aware of it happened, aware of why it happened, but we're aware that it happened. Damn it. Oh, if it is the latter, and we did go to an alternate world, that still opens up all sorts of, possibilities and questions, because the princess could be different in this world. Like in the world we started in, the first world, she was an evil monster that we needed to kill, and I did everything wrong, and that resulted in us coming to this world. Now in this world, she could still be the evil monster, but it's a different world. Like, we don't know the rules or anything. She could be a completely different person. Like, again, it could be that the time rewinded itself and she's aware of this and she's going to act differently because she's just an evil bitch and wants to fuck with us, wants to gaslight us or whatever. Like, there's so many questions.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Oh, that's what you were asking about. I don't know. And it didn't matter. We were dead.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Why are we the only one that can? Let's talk about this princess. Proceed to the cabin. Let's talk about her.
Just be quick about it.
Just being around her in the end shut down all my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse. Yet both options are valid. Yeah, let's go with something far... Well, I feel like if I just say far, far worse, he's going to be like, yeah, I know, that's why you need to kill her. Now go. But I also feel like if I say, what the hell am I supposed to do? He's just going to be like, well, you need to... Don't listen to her. Act quickly. Don't give her a chance to do anything. I feel like both are valid questions, but I feel like I'm not going to get a satisfying answer to either of them. Let's do far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
So he went in a different route for the answer. She's obviously not a princess, and he knows that. Or not just a princess, at least, and he knows that, and he just still won't just tell us. Just being around her in the end shut down all my organs. Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
You know, you really are complicating things. I'm not. Like, it's completely 100% valid to want to know what's going on and why. And he just refuses to answer. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me? You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me? I want to ask both of those. I feel like asking him why he's being cagey, he's just going to do what he's done before and be like, you just need to trust me. Whereas this one, I possibly might get some background. I doubt it.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Yeah,
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
I had a feeling he wasn't going to say anything about, like, why they couldn't do it, and it was going to be some bullshit about me being special.
You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us?
You know, it really makes me wonder about me when the voice of the paranoid is the one I'm connecting with, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, Jesus, how fucked up am I?
I don't know, I kinda like being special.
Now, of course you would.
Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here. I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is.
So now we know that the princess is dangerous. Is he playing along with our assumption that this has happened before and she killed us? Or is he Is that a typo, I wonder? I need to stop trying to analyze this so much. But when I play a game like this, it's easy to dive into and wonder, especially with when they start dealing with Groundhog Day mechanics. You know, the repeating time loop, or the stuck in a time loop thing. It's easy to start wondering and questioning everything.
And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
Oh, I got a chance to ask this one. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise
That's pretty much what
very
you said
simple
before.
situation and make your job more difficult.
Yeah, I remember talking about that. He said that before, where I said where it wouldn't. It would give us more context and make the choice easier.
If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
Again, no.
He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him.
I don't think that's necessarily it. It's a possibility, but I don't think that's necessarily the reason.
Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. Do you see the way he keeps pushing us? We have to get out of here.
Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do? That's all. That's interesting. What's that's all gonna do?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah,
Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay, that's all. Is it like a back option?
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yeah, we already knew that.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it wasn't until we decided not to leave. We didn't lock her away. She was already locked away. We decided to leave her there. Get it right. She was very direct and honest once we decided to leave her there. But up to that point, she didn't actually lie about anything. She didn't say anything.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed to the cabin. I wish you could advance just by pressing spacebar or scroll up and down. I wouldn't. No, you can scroll left and up and down with the left and right arrow keys for some reason. Oh, it went away. How'd I get over there? Oh! Left and right scrolls through the top left buttons. So now that I'm over here, I can't scroll up and down because there's only one option. So just pressing enter? Yes, it does. Okay, so I don't need to keep using my mouse pad, or my mouse.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth
That's
wood of the
different.
walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Yeah, that's really different. Last time the table was upright, the knife was on the table, and I don't even see a door now, whereas before the door was shut.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
So there is just no door. It's not just an artistic thing, there's just no door.
It's just an empty frame. She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
No.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. the princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
I was wondering, I couldn't remember if there was a mirror there or not, but I got more hung up on the door and the table and the knife, so I couldn't remember if there was a mirror. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than I remember it being. Approach the mirror. Take the blade. Let's just say that. The cabin is different.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here.
There are people in the windows. I was looking out the windows and I saw the shadows, but it didn't register what they were. I just kind of saw like a thing, and I was like, with the background kind of shifting and moving, I was like, whatever, it's nothing. Or with the general artistic design of things just constantly shifting slightly, I was like, whatever. Once he said she's at the window, I was looking more closely and I realized, oh, there are shadows in the window. On the left window, there's 3 people looking at us. And on the right, there's 1 person looking at us. That's creepy.
Calm down. Maybe the 3 of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
So he's not going along with our belief.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you 2 talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Okay, that's weird. He doesn't register the mirror?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Why would you lie about there not being a mirror when it's clearly right there? What's the point? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. It doesn't matter. Remain silent. Approach the mirror. I just want to approach it. I feel like asking him is pointless.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward
Ooh.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay, so that was a lot. The mirror just disappeared, and we finally got a view of our hand. Like I said, it looked like we were a monster in the trailer, at least from how our hands looked. And right there, yeah, we got the claws, we got some kind of scales. We might be wearing a tattered shirt. Right at the bottom of the picture, I can see something. It almost looks like a ripped sleeve. But like, yeah, we look like we have leathery skin and stuff, so we're definitely not human. We're not people.
Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Alright, take the blade.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Well, something we clearly saw was there just disappeared, so that starts going into the thing of what's real, what's not real. I mean, is it just our paranoia and our broken mental state, or is it something else?
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Yeah, blow this bitch up.
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
No. Enter the basement.
You cross over the
Whoa.
threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
With more eyes. Now they're blinking at us. Jesus.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Or she's doing this.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Oh, okay, so she's aware of everything.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Because my thought was this time, I was like, I'm not going to talk to her or nothing. I'm just going to try and kill her and see what happens. But this is, that changes things. How hard is it to throw a knife? We're going to talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Rayner seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs? Jesus. Continue down the stairs in silence. I don't want to throw it. I think that's a stupid option. Because getting close to her is dumb too. She's clearly a magical monster. I mean, she was able to... I'm also assuming she paralyzed us, but I have no reason to believe otherwise. Or, yeah, I have no reason to believe she didn't, and that it was something else. So just like seeing her is dangerous. I'm not sure what option to choose here. I don't want to talk to her again. I'm really curious about step off into the void between the stairs. Just continue down the stairs in silence.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
Jesus, this changed a lot.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
You aren't the voice of reason either.
Excuse me. I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
That's fucking creepy. Go left, right, do nothing, go back the way you came. I'm curious about going back the way I came, just because I want to see if, like, the stairs are gone. I don't actually want to go back, though. I don't want to do nothing. I want to actually move. Left or right doesn't matter. It's 50-50. But the choice could mean absolutely nothing, too. Go right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh, Jesus.
I told you I was going to find you.
She looks different.
Your arms quickly follow.
Oh, shit. Can I go back? I had like a twitch, and I smashed the button twice. Where's my mouse pad? Or my mouse hat? I keep saying mouse pad. Oh, I can't go back. Damn it. Well, alright. Well, that's just gone.
This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again.
Her face is
Cute.
cracked.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Oh
Your
my
blood
God.
begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
That was a horrible noise.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver.
I was just gonna keep repeating.
Heart, lungs,
It is.
liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a
Wow.
desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
You're really being petty at the wrong time, dude.
You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
It's startling. It looks like I'm skipping a frame of something.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Heart,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
liver. She isn't attacking us.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Why?
I was like, she's just... Unless her paralyzing us and letting us die is her attack, she's really just not doing anything.
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sitting here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that, right? If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation? How about I just kill you instead? We don't have to be enemies. Jesus, there's a lot of options. We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try to kill you, so you do your worst. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare. Okay, let's get out of here. Leave together? Fine, you win. I'll let you leave. Leave together. Run. Slay the princess. Jesus, there's a lot of options. I can't even remember some of them.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
I don't know.
heart, lungs,
I'm curious, why won't she finish me off?
heart, lungs,
What?
liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
I don't know if she wants anything from me besides to let her go. I'm curious about what happened. We see, because now they fucked it up, because I was able to go through all the options earlier, when before that I wasn't able to. Once I made an option, that was it. Once I made a choice, that was it. So now I want to go through all of them, but I don't know if I can or not. So that's another thing that makes me doubt my choice. Because I want to know, so maybe there's a chance to explore, but maybe that's just it if I choose it. Let's throw the knife down. Screw it. Let's go with it. Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare.
Are you serious? Liver, nerves. You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission. Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded
Ja.
thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
Why am I a coward?
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down.
Oh, damn.
You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you.
She shed a tear.
Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Is this some Rumpelstiltskin shit? There's a like a weave in the background. The princess that's locked up.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Yeah, I'm really like lost. The narrator's talking to us like we are her, and we keep looping, having just this horrible life, hurting everybody around us.
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. What? Trophy, a monolith of fear. Oh, Jesus. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
Holy fuck, everything's gone all crazy.